green flag. Everybody.
Gonna be a wreck behind you, gonna be a wreck behind you. So I don't know what to do. Somebody put oil down. We're hurting the fence.
Are they flagging it?
White flag. Clear.
Man, this is it. Check a flag.
Welcome to Daytona and the start of a special new era here on ESPN. My name is Sam Cooper Bennett and we are the Sim Graphix Truck Series live from Daytona International Speedway. As you can hear, the engines are roaring in the background. They are practicing around the track right now. We will get stuck into qualifying and all that good stuff soon, but wow, we are here with SRA and we couldn't be any more proud to be part of this series, especially at this track when it's just so much speed and history here all the time, and we've got a stacked field as well for this one too. So let's get into it, shall we? We got Byron Rodney going to be joining me in the booth very soon. Hopefully he will be here soon enough. We have a field of 33 drivers set to take the grid here, and that's going to be absolutely unprecedented. So let's get into it, shall we? We've got qualifying about to begin here. And yeah, gonna be an absolute barn burner here. Go and find some racing, shall we? We've got a lot of trucks there circulating around the track. Getting those last minute preparations underway. As they make their way through turns 3 and 4, there is James Calabro, sorry. And I believe that's Delonta Ballard there, right there in the number 21. As the number, oh wow, okay. That happened. As qualifying comes to an end. Practice comes to an end and we go straight into qualifying. So let's bring up the qualifying graphic for you all here tonight, if I can find it. There it is. And we have a lot of drivers taking the green flag very quickly for this qualifying session. So let's see who made it out on track and who didn't. And obviously Justice Calabro will be one of those first people out. I'm waiting for my broadcast partner to arrive, as that was a bit of an early join onto the track, Mr. Calabro. Northrop is out on track as well. And while we're just getting into qualifying, let's get the summary out of the way, shall we? And let's get the other stuff out of the way. We will give you rundowns of former champions and all this good stuff. And as the season goes on, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be where this season. But anyway, got the summary. Gotta apologise, I am new to this. Not new to this, but new to this league. But let's go for the weather first, as we got an air temperature of 75 degrees. It's nice and sunny, a little bit of cloud out there. And we are at Daytona Beach, Florida. Track temperature is a very toasty 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So, gonna get a bit slick out there. We shall find out as the race progresses. But we're gonna have times coming in thick and fast very soon. Brian Brogan out on his own right there. League owner Bobby Cheney's there in the Exalta number 24. As Brian Brogan and Robert Barber are the first people to set down lap times. We've got lap times coming in very quickly. Eric Sabo is your man that's on the pole right now. Robert Barber slots into second. Justice Calabro into third place. As we now focus on Dalton Baldwin. As he comes a bit middle towards the track, not too close to be when you're putting a lap time down, but there he goes down to the bottom of the track there through 3 and 4. I'm guessing the lap times must be one and done when you go around the track, as you do. And that lap time actually put Dalton Baldwin up into P6 right now. As I'm going to find where my broadcast partner has gone to, because he's just completely disappeared on me. And no, oh no. Everything's working fine, as we're still waiting for people to put times in, as Freddy De La Rosa is out on track right now, waiting for him to put his time down. Into turn 3 he goes. He is on his hot lap. They only get one lap to qualify, which is very interesting. Very often. And comes De La Rosa, and that is good enough to put him in P2. Great time there for the man in the 3. No, still waiting for times from Boyd Hogan, Ethan Kurtz, Jake Nichols, Bobby Maiden, Dwayne Culberson, Bryce Senesach, Robert Glanini. As that is going to do it for qualifying, actually. So half of the field not qualified. That is going to make it very, very interesting for the race start, as we're going to have a lot of drivers starting from the back of the field. But regardless, let's find out where people are going to shake out here. There is your field right there. We're going to take the qualifying times down there. And we are going to go to your grid for tonight's race here at Daytona. The opening round of the Sim Graphix Truck Series here with Sim Racing Authority. And starting up on the pole will be Eric Sabel in the number 9. He'll be joined on that front row by Freddie De La Rosa. Row 2 will be Robert Barber and Brian Brogan. Row 3 will be James Dowen and Nick Northrop. Row 4 will be Dalton Baldwin and Robbie Odie. And row 5 will be David Shutt and James Simmons. Row 6 will be league owner Bobby Cheney and Eddie Kerner. Row 7 will be Mark Newland and Robert Vormwald. Row 8 will be Dustin Arbogast and Justice Calabro. Row 9 will be Jake Nichols and Nate Tritau. And row 10 will be Zoltan Hersheg and Tyler Sifford. Row 11 will be Matt Bontempi and Delonta Ballard. Row 12 will be Bobby Maiden III and Bryce Senesac. In the 20... Oh. In the 25th spot it will be Boyd Hagen and Dwayne Culberson. In 26th, 27th will be Brett Punkari and Ethan Kurtz will be 28th, 29th Brad Bothwell, and 30th will be Robert Giannini. 31st Jeremy Poole and 32nd Walter Bentley. 33rd will be Derek McClenathan and 34th will be Kirk Smith, and that will be your field of 34 drivers here tonight at Daytona. And who is going to be your winner coming at the end of this one? A huge field for this one. I'm looking forward to see how this one shakes out. And I'm still waiting for my broadcast partner to arrive. Here is starting on the pole here at Daytona for 94 laps. We were about to get this underway. The man in the number 9 Menards Truckee C, Freddie De La Rosa, on his outside in the Red Bull number 3 machine. Right there is the number 8 and the number 45. Don't worry, I will get used to these drivers as this season progresses, and then I will pick up the names eventually. As they come out of forward, waiting for that pace car to make that left turn into pit road. There goes the pace car. The field is in the hands of Eric Sabel, and we are under green here at Daytona. We are underway for the first round of the series in the SRA Sim Graphix Truck Series. And Eric Sabel getting off to a decent enough start there, with De La Rosa getting squeezed out by Robert Barber in the early runnings of this race. Through 1 and 2 they go. And it would help if I put the ticker up, wouldn't it? There we go. So out of 2 they come, and the stacked field and people already starting to drop back here. Sabel not wasting any time sticking to that bottom line there. Got Barber right on his tail as we've got 1 in pit road already. That is David McClenathan. Not sure what happened to him, but he is just coming down the pit road now as they come down the start-finish straight to start lap 2 of 94. And remember, this is a long enough race. 94 laps around here is a long time. Pacing laps could take up to probably 2.5 minutes if they're slow enough. And you see Sabo now under pressure there from Robert Barber. And now Freddie De La Rosa going to make a 3 wide. Bobby Cheney right there. That's the 12. Getting out of shape. And we've got somebody around there is the 45. And that's going to bring out caution number 1 here.
Ladies and gentlemen, ESPN bringing you broadcasting of SRA here live at Daytona. Sorry, Byron Rodney up here with Sam in the booth. A little late to the party, but better late than pregnant, as our co-host Tony Pat Trapasso would say.
Yeah, caution just coming out there as Byron just finally joined us in the booth.
Sorry about that, Sam. I had a small family matter came up that I had to take care of. It's all good. Everything's happy and go lucky here. And better, like I said, better late to the party than pregnant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Better late than pregnant.
With that, we're going to head away for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back in a minute as we hear some words from our sponsors, iFlag, iRacing, iFlag. We'll be right back. Why am I lagging?
Green flag. Everybody. Green flag. Everybody.
So I don't know what to do. Somebody put oil down. Corner of the fence.
Are they flagging it?
Flag, white flag. Clear. Click.
Man, this is it. Check a flag.
Welcome back to Daytona as we are lights out again for the pace car. One more circulation and we can get this back on the green. First caution being caused by, I believe, the 12 getting into it with the 45. That's what brought the caution out initially. As we're still waiting for everybody else behind the first bunch of trucks to line up. But exciting race so far here, Byron.
Yeah, taking a look through the field, I was just checking out some of the trucks. I don't know, I didn't get a chance because I missed it early if we had fast repairs here or not, but I'm looking at the 94 sitting in P8, Zoltan Herzeg. Got a big V on the back spoiler of that race machine. Great paint job on that thing, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold any kind of speed in or out of the draft.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the rest of the field to make it around to the pack here as we are set to go back to green here. The lights are off on the pace car. The pace car is going to make that left turn into pit road. We've got, it looks like the field is at the back there is going to be single file restarting as there goes the pace car into pit road, and we are back on the green once again here at Daytona. Robert Barber not wasting any time and getting away from the line here. And Freddie De La Rosa and Justice Calabro are really going to fight it out here for that second spot now, Byron.
Yeah, when you take the restarts here at the Super Speedway, you know, normally on a mile-and-a-half track, whoever gets to the loud pedal first and just makes that thing go is going to get a hell of a jump. But we're at a Super Speedway. The draft is what works here. The side draft and the front and back draft. You get a big jump on the field off the green flag, all you're going to do is get run over as everyone forms up and just comes at you like a freight train. So you spend a little more time watching your rear view mirror than you do looking at the windshield at the Super Speedway. And so we look at them go 3 wide coming around turn 1, 2.
Yeah, 3 wide action already in this track. They have to back off there. I believe that was Justice Calabro being shuffled out on the high side there. And here comes De La Rosa to the point now, going to make that move on the outside. He's not quite got the clear, but here comes the 29 of... Not the 29. What the hell? As we've got different numbers here, I apologise.
No, that is Derek. Yeah. There's 2 29s on there. It looks like Trading Paints is showing us a 29 out there.
Oh, we've got people out of shape here. Sorry to cut you off there, Byron. Got a red truck back there that's really out of shape. We can't quite see who that is. That would be Justin Arbogast. Really getting out of shape there, losing a ton of momentum and has to really drop off the pack there.
Yeah, let's go back to what we were saying. It's showing 29 out there on the point on the paint job, but that's actually the 31 of Robert Gianni, leading the guy we were just talking about a little bit ago, Zoltan Herzeg. With a big dent in the back there where someone just ran into the rear of him. Doesn't seem to be hurting his performance out there on the track right now in the draft.
Absolutely not, and he's already up to P2 there, right behind Robert Giannini. Brad Bothwell's made his way up to 3rd, Jeremy Poole up to 4th. Freddie De La Rosa and Robert Barber have really dropped off now and fallen back a bit, but De La Rosa going to come back again on that high side and see if he can get that push from the pole sitter Eric Sabo.
Yeah, these guys, I noticed, they're staying off of each other side by side. The outside line's getting its momentum rolling, but, you know, these trucks...
Big hit there. Someone is in a bad way there. We've got caution going to come out, I believe. No?
No, still rolling green flag.
Trying to figure out who that was that hit the wall. If you can go back and check for me, that would be awesome.
Going back through the field.
We're going to go back through the field ourselves, and there is Bryce Senesac in the number 09, chasing right behind the pole sitter Eric Sabo. Or Sabo, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name there, sir. A bit further back, there's Robert Odie in the number 44, just ahead of Jake Nichols. And we all know Jake Nichols from Peak Antifreeze fame, I believe.
Yeah, there's a lot of names in here that I'm familiar with, watching a lot of different broadcasts. I just cannot quite find where, let's see, there we go.
Back for the field again. We're going to go with the fan favourite in the live chat right now. That's Tyler Sifford. in the 98 truck with the Mobile 1 on the rear tailgate. He's currently sitting back in P19 right now in this whole gaggle of trucks. And look at that plane landing right behind him.
Yeah.
That scared me for a second.
That plane gets a little distracting sometimes when you're running on this track.
A little bit?
A little bit.
So we're focusing on Tyler Sifford right now. He's currently sitting P19, just nicely running with his pack right now. Ethan Kurtz, I believe, is in this pack as well.
As the caution comes out.
Yeah, we do have a caution. And a big wreck there. That is Freddie De La Rosa involved in that. Bryce Sendersack and Zoltan Herzog. Let's go back and see what happened here. Oh, it looked like De La Rosa got out of shape. And I was informed in the live chat we do not have fast repairs in that, so that is going to be the end of the night for the 94, the 09, and the number 3.
Oh gosh, and then a bit of door checking on top of it right afterwards. You know, guys might not be a little happy with what happened out on the track. I'm taking a look in replay right now, and I'm watching the 3 hit out loose with the 94. But take a look at the number 30. Did he just get loose down on the apron and door checked the 9, or did he just not be happy with him for some reason?
I have no idea. We can go back and find out, though, as we are going to see the number 30. That might have been a bit of netcode there because someone was blinking out very heavily there. Couldn't quite see who that was. Yeah, definitely a lot of netcode there as we got one stopped on the apron. That's what caused the netcode. And that's what sent the number 3 around and into the 20, the 09 and the 94.
You know, iRacing puts on a great platform for us to come out here and do what we do. ESPN puts on a great platform to bring that action to you, the viewer. But, you know, netcode, that's still a cool. That's what we call a glitch in the system. The numbers that are passing back and forth. Something didn't work really well. They were not actually touching each other, but the computer and the sim thought they were, and that's why you see what you see.
As Robert Giannini going to bring him down pit road in that good wrench number 29. On my overlay it says the number 31 though, so
and
but Jeremy Poole getting it all wrong in through his pit box, but he gets it there anyway. Wholesale pit stops right now as we're going to go to our pit lane. Robert Barber going to leave pit road there. Dwayne Culberson going to be right behind him. Brad Bothwell, Justice Calabro, Brad Bothwell and Justice Calabro all in pit road as well. No, they stayed out, I believe.
No, they stayed out. Yeah, I'm watching my timing and scoring jumping around like a Christmas tree right now. You're going to have to wait until pit cycles are over with to see where this all shakes out. But there were guys that were a lap down or 2 laps down, and they're going to be coming back up through the field, back onto that lead lap. They got a shot at this race by staying in the back and staying out of trouble.
Yeah, it was Robert Barber and Dwayne Culberson missing their pit stops, the pit boxes there. They did not hit their pit boxes when they went into pit road, so they are going to have to go in again once they come back around. Robert Giannini, he did hit his pit box. We saw that on the broadcast. That is the first man out of pit road, legitimately after a time, taking 4 tyres, but Eddie Kerner, right behind him, only took 2. So interesting strategies already here, Byron.
Yeah, strategy's a big thing here because let's face it, time on pit lane to put on a set of 4 Dr. Feelgoods or just 2 equates to real estate distance on the track. Super Speedway, you know, your strategy is stay with the pack, but he gained a lot of track position and got himself further towards the front by taking only 2. And you can do that here to Super Speedway because tires last a lot longer on these cars than, or these trucks than they do on a shorter track. As a matter of fact, you actually wear down your left sides here a little bit more than you do the rights on these truck races.
Absolutely. So Eddie Kerner there out in second place. Well, out of the people that have taken pit stops, Dwayne Culberson is in pit road. Brad Bothwell is not in pit road. He's decided to stay out.
But strategy plays a big thing. You know, how much go fast do you need in the tank to get you to the end? How many Dr. Feelgoods, you know, to help you with the handling to, you know, make those money moves, as we say, when it comes time. But, you know, I've said it a billion times, and I'll say it one more time. The great equalizer, the caution flag. All the strategy goes right out the window. You got what you got at that moment in time.
Absolutely. So, Brad Bothwell after taking... Brad Bothwell and Justice Calabro not pitting this time round. 12 laps on Brad Bothwell's tyres. Justice Calabro 15 laps on his tyres. So, he is not pitted at all in this race yet. Jeremy Poole is another one that didn't hit his pit box but decided to stay out anyway. Boyd Hogan and Justin Arbogast are both people that went into pit road and missed their pit stalls as well.
Yeah, Justice Calabro sitting out there in P2, you know, he's got the most laps on his tires. He's got the most laps of fuel taken out of that tank. But he's showing that, hey, I'm going to stay out here in the front because, guys, you know, super speedway, you've seen it already in the broadcast with the cautions. Things happen. You're going to get a truck to the face sometimes by no fault of your own. And if the way to avoid it is you either ride way far in the back or, in my preferred strategy, stay towards the front. That way it happens all behind you. Look for Justice Calabro to be bringing that truck in as little as possible because tire wear in the super speedway is not going to be that prevalent as it would on a 1.5-mile track.
Yeah. Imagine how it's going to be when the new tyre model becomes a widespread thing and it's all over iRacing, not
God,
just the skippies.
I can't wait for it.
Gonna be interested to see how they work that one out once the new tyre model does come into effect on all iRacing.
That's just going to be
platforms.
all new wrinkles of strategy. Lights are out before the next pace cars. The field's forming up side by side, getting ready to take the green next time we come across.
Yeah, and we're going to have another load of trucks there just trying to catch up to the field here. We've got a fair few retirements already. Well, we've got
Walter Bentley on the trailer. Robert Vermald on the trailer. Derek Clinathan on the trailer. Bryce Sensak on the trailer. Yeah, a lot of guys are taking it behind the wall.
Yeah, Kirk Smith is the last driver running, I believe. He's back there in P26. Bobby Cheney is back there in P25 with Brett Pancari back there in P24.
Yeah, Freddie De La Rosa and Zoltan Herzig still in their pits doing repairs. 7 minutes long and growing.
Yeah. Byron, get us going, dude.
All right, pace car takes that hard left turn to pit lane. As we watch the field, Brad Botwell's got the go fast. He's got control of it. He hits the loud pedal and says, boys, I'm out of here. Try and catch me if you can.
Yeah, and he immediately gets a push from Robert Giannini. Giannini on the freshest tyres. Let's not forget, out of this top line of drivers, Justice Calabro going to drop back immediately. Got one in the wall. That is going to be Eddie Kerner in big trouble already. He has to back out of it. Thankfully, doesn't come down the track. Sorry.
In the front of the pack, our leader got bumped and pushed down below the yellow line. He's just given up a ton of spots. Bothwell dropping down to P11.
Yeah, Bothwell is falling back like a stone as everybody's going to go around him. Has to stay on that apron until the last driver is past him. But back at the front, back in the lead is Robert Giannini, followed by Martin Newland. And Robert Odie up to third place now.
Yeah, Brett Bothwell, and he just got shoved right off the track. And having the brains enough to, and the patience enough to keep it down below the apron, let the field go by. He'll circulate around. He knows there's going to be another caution. He'll be back in the mix.
Yeah, and we're already on lap 18 of 94 here at Daytona. Some interesting racing going on. Let's go back to our pole sitter, Eric Sable, I don't know. In the 9, currently sitting back there, last spot in the top 10, just ahead of Brian Brogan. And Nick Northrop, Jake Nichols is right there, Nate Trittal is right there too. Everybody just jostling for position right now, just getting what they can in the early running of this race.
Yeah, they're starting to figure it out. These are all stiff competitors. These guys, they know how to root and gouge and get around this track, but they also realize that they can't win it in the first few laps. Hell, they can't even win it in the first 50 laps. They can sure lose it. It's time to just settle down and ride and keep out of trouble. Guy with the clean truck sitting anywhere in the top 10's got a shot at this thing with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, we're going to ride on board with Ty Sifford and see what he can do while he's in the middle of this pack. Let's go on board with Sifford as he's got the Phoenix Designs truck of Bontempi in front of him. And Nick Northrop to his outside. There's Northrop right there. Sifford there, just getting away from Northrop a little bit. Nathan Kurtz is right there in the number 2 machine. And it looks like the guys at the further back of the field, apart from the 45, I apologise, that's the 27 on my system of Dustin Arbogast. Just all getting it figured out. As a back at the front, we've got a bit of a check up here. Got one dropping down to the apron here.
Yeah, he looks like he's, you know, the 52 machine of Jeremy Poole looks like he's just going to let the field just overhaul him. He's going to drop to the back and ride for a bit.
Yeah, so he drops back. And back at the front, we've still got, it's still as close as ever. As you see, Robert Odie going to make the pass on the outside. He has got Martin Newland in the 96 giving him a push.
He's got some help behind him in that draft. That outside line seems to carry a lot of momentum, especially in the corners. But the inside line seems to come right back to him on the straightaways. You know, we talk about the draft an awful lot when we're talking super speedway racing. And these guys are pushing, and they get, 2 cars can go faster than 4, or a single one on this track. But don't forget, these trucks punch one hell of a hole aerodynamically in the air, and you get what we call side draft. You can suck up on the side of someone real fast. You'll see, as the leaders work around some lap traffic there, you'll see that that side draft, if they get down close to them, especially in a corner, and hold it, they're going to be able to, really get around them to that start-finish line. That's how you can slingshot to the win.
Yeah, we're still focused on Martin Newland there. There is the 28 of Justice Calabro, still right there, despite being on the oldest tyres here. He's working to that inside. You see the 8 there of Robert Barber just falling back a bit, and that is the 99 of Nate Tretau. Tretau?
I'd say that's Tretau.
Yeah, as he is right there behind Calabro.
Yeah, there's side-by-side racing. Throw a blanket over the top. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10 machines here up in the front. Just throw a blanket on them, and then that little group of 3 hanging behind them. As we go 3 wide coming into the tri-oval, man, these guys have got to see.
Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide here as we've got the number 8 of Robert Barber there in the middle. Got to come around and around they go! And another one!
Down on the 29, or on the 31 actually.
Yeah, the 8 of Robert Barber was not clear and he was involved.
And your pole sitter, Eric Sable, seemed to catch the worst out of all of that.
Yeah. Let's go back and see exactly what happened here. And we're going to focus in. And Robert Barber looks like he just came down and did not have the room.
No, he came all the way straight down on him, and guys are 3 wide in there, and the guys on the outside lane, they're wanting to carry that outside lane momentum, but when stuff happens like that in front of you, man, it's a heartbreaker for you. You got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And it's starting to make me think about, Poole, when we saw him duck down below the double yellow line on the back stretch and drop to the back of the field, if he didn't feel this one coming, because he, was able to miss the whole thing by that. But that's a heaven-sent caution that came out for the number 28 machine of Justice Valero. But he's in the pits with damage.
Yeah, Justice Calabro was involved in that incident, unfortunately. And my overlay is going absolutely nuts right now with people towing it and all sorts. And
Oh yeah, my timing and scoring is lit up like a Christmas tree with numbers and trucks and names moving all over. I got to wait until it settles out before I can call anything. But racing, Daytona, super speedway, the trucks. This is you know, why it's so exciting, and this is where the cream's going to rise to the top of this cup at the end of this race.
Yeah, and the man that's in charge right now will be Mark Newland. Managed to get away with all that. Probably one of the luckiest drivers out there. Robert Odie was the one that got away with it as well. Delonta Ballard is in third. Robert Giannini got a bit of damage on that on that 31-29. I don't know what. Oh no,
Mark Newland's going to lead the charge down pit road right now. It is hard to you know, catch everything going on this track all at once. This is a 2.5 mile circuit. It's tough for us to see all the way around and watch what's going on.
Absolutely. So Newland is in pit road. Robert Odie decided to stay out, as did Robert Barber, who was pretty much the cause of that incident.
Yeah, I almost want to drop down to driver chat to see how much yelling and screaming is going on, but I don't think I'll do that because I want to keep the show PG rated for you folks.
Hi, Sifford there, just coming down the pit road as well. We have got wholesale pit stops going on right now. Mark Newland is already out of pit road. Barber, Odie, and Culberson. Actually, Culberson is in pit road. He's shown in first place, I'm not sure why. But Robert Barber is your... Robert Odie is your leader, sorry.
Yeah, folks, you're going to have to give us a little bit of forgiveness tonight. I don't understand why, and I know it's not just me, but because it's happening to my compadre, Sam, here. Our timing and scoring seems to be just jumping all over the place. There's something going on, and maybe that's why we're seeing a lot of incidents in netcode as well.
Bad server.
Bad robot.
Yeah. So, quick look at your top 10 here at Daytona, and some people started to make their way into that top 10, so I'm going to bring it up right there. Robert Odie is your man in the lead, Mark Newland in second, Delonta Ballard in the top 3 now, that's a new name up there. Nate Tretau is in... I have to wait for it to figure itself out because the top 10 is even messed up right now.
Yeah, because we had a couple of the top 10 ducked down in the pit road. They stayed out for another lap, probably to pick up those leader points.
As OBS tries to figure out life, I'm gonna... ATVO, sorry, tries to figure out life. So showing Jake Nichols in 4th place now, Nate Tretau in 5th, Tyler Sifford in 6th, Nick Northrup is in 7th, 8th is Matt Bontempi, Eddie Kerner is in 9th, and Dwayne Culberson is in 10th, but the number's just all messed up right now.
Yeah, we got to wait till timing and scoring cycles back around when we get the one to go signal from the pace car. I'm taking a look at a lot of the trucks. So I'm just taking a look at them on the track. There are a lot of machines out there with a lot of damage on them.
Yeah, and a lot of machines out there that are probably going to take it behind the wall at this point. We only have 17 drivers left on the lead lap as it seems. Probably less than that once they all come around again. Robert Giannini is in pit road. Dalton Baldwin is in pit road as well. We've got a lot of trucks in pit road as it seems.
Yeah, a lot of the field is still sitting on pit road getting necessary repairs, and a lot of the field that's out on the track got a lot of dents and dings on them. So aerodynamics is going to become an issue. Whoever can keep the cleanest truck is, and keep their nose out of trouble. As I see more takers heading down for pit road, everyone behind the top 3 ducking into the pit road right now. So we got to wait for timing and scoring to come back around one more time as the lights do go out on the pace car this time around.
I'm guessing there might be a glitch in irate in the server because they're trying to figure something out here. Because they wouldn't bring the whole field down pit road this late if there wasn't anything wrong. So as it stands right now, Odie is your leader. Newland is in 2nd. Eddie Kerner is in 3rd. Kirk Smith up to 4th now.
Rounding out the top 5, Dwayne Culberson.
Yeah. Nate Tratau, Denton Nichols, Tyler Sifford, Fred Mukari, and Matt Bontempi is going to be the remainder of your top 10 here. Ah, Trato, there you go. I got it right. Yeah. Thank you, Chemo, for clearing that up for me. And the live chat. Okay. That came up on my screen.
Oh, did I do that?
Yeah, you did.
Pace car's off as the field hits the loud pedal, and Robbie Odie, he's got control of the field. He steps it out there first. Eddie Kerner sitting there right on his tailgate, pushing him, saying, "Hey guys, hey Robbie, if we can get away from the rest of them, man, we got a good shot at this. So I'm gonna push you, and I'm gonna stay right there."
Yeah, I don't think the field was actually expected to go back to green, because it looks like a lot of the field was caught unawares there, as we're going to focus in on Kirk Smith there in the 5th spot, and the man in the 14 just running behind Jeremy Poole now, who's up to P4. Martin Newland falls back to 3rd after he was completely caught out on that restart.
Yeah, the first 2 trucks, they're just nose to tail. They're just said, "See you, boys. Nice knowing you. We're out of here." It's making me wonder if they're not teammates, and they counted down that start perfectly.
Yeah, so Newland into 3rd, Poole into 4th, Kirk Smith into 5th.
And looking at the paint jobs on the trucks, they're running out there in 1st and 2nd. I'm going to call these 2 teammates, and they got to jump on the field. If this stays green, and the rest of the pack just can't get their, poop in the group, so to speak, these guys are going to have the race to win.
Yeah, Jake Nichols starting to make his way for the field. He's already up to P5. Look at the spread we got on the backstretch there. And that's going to shuffle some people up and shuffle some people down, but must be a scary sight to see, going almost 4 wide there on the backstretch.
Yeah, I keep watching Poole duck down below that yellow line there. I'm wondering if he's, having some issues with the handling on his truck. But he's dropped a few spots, and then the rest of them are just starting to settle down. They're not making money moves, so to speak, but they are moving line to line to try to get the best momentum and block others as well.
Dwayne Culberson is starting to reel in the 2 gold cars there of Odie and Kerner. It'll only be a matter of time before he actually gets up to the back of him, and here they are going towards turn 3 now. And here they go.
Taking a look at the red truck, the 96th entry of Mark Newland, he is now up in that lead draft on the bottom line, man. He was pretty much by himself, caught those lead 2, and now the outside momentum is going to carry the front outside line around, and I'd look for the lead truck on the outside line to drop down and take that lead.
Yeah, and that will be Dwayne Culberson, who's brought Nate with him, and Mark Newland gonna fall back slightly. He's down on the bottom line with the 55 and the 44.
Bottom line's a shorter way around this track, folks, but that high side momentum, you can watch it as they come into the corner. Watch how that outside line, carries its momentum, and then when they hit the corner, it loses its momentum. So depending on where the start-finish line is located, that's where you're going to want to set yourself up for strategy for the end of the race, at what line to be in. Daytona, the line's right here in the middle of the dog leg. If this was Talladega, it'd be all the way down there by turn 1.
Yeah, and it looks like we've only got 17 trucks left running in this race, so that is a big attrition race here tonight. So probably not the way some of these guys wanted to start the season, but they'll get it once we go to the next round, as we've got some people blinking out there. We've got Jake Nichols starting to make his way through the field. He's already up into P5 in that Sim Speed Shop number 20. Ty Siffin is right there, right behind him in that 98 machine. Looking through the live chat, he's got a bit of a big fan base here tonight.
Wow. It's nice to know that, the viewers are getting a good enjoyment out of this race as we watch the trucks make the circuit around here. Working lap 32 of 94 tonight here in Daytona. Now crossing the line, working lap 33.
Yeah, and it looks like we're settling in for a nice green flag run here, provided that someone doesn't have an oops, as our good friend Tony would say, but 17 drivers left running. Dalton Baldwin is the last driver running. Look at the damage on that 41.
Yeah, there are some vehicles in here. They're going to be relying on staying in the draft to stay in contact with the leaders because, as we get a 3 wide coming into turn number 3. 3 wide for a moment, guys, wiggling it back and forth, discretion being the better part of valor. Backing off a little bit and settling it back because they've seen how that 3 wide worked before.
Yeah, still side by side for the lead between Dwayne Culberson and Robbie Odie. They are coming up on lap traffic. That will be Brian Brogan that they'll be coming up on in the 40. No, it'll be Dalton Baldwin they'll be coming up on.
Not to jinx the field, but to see that they're starting to settle in and run, a little more calmly, because they know they got to stretch it out to lap 94 for the win. Now you got to wonder about Robbie Odie's decision to stay out there in the number 44 entry. He's got 20 laps on those tires. He's got 20 laps in that fuel tank. And if this turns into a green flag pit stops, he's going to be the lone cat with no dancing partner on the super speedway.
Yeah, as he jumps to the high side now, swapping places with Culberson as... Wow, they all have to avoid the lap car of Dalton Baldwin there.
They went scary. High, they went low, they went real low, down below that double yellow line. I don't know how the admins are going to view advancing your position or getting around a car below the line.
Well, they didn't advance the position. They were trying to get around slower traffic, so they should be okay. But Wayne Culberson still your leader. As one in the wall, that is going to be Robbie Odie.
Yeah, Robbie Odie getting a little tight, saying hello wall. He's telling the steering wheel, telling the truck to, hey man, take a left turn. Truck saying, nah, I think I'm going to go straight.
And look who's coming back up through the field. That is Robert Barber. Starting to reel these guys in again. Dwayne Culberson giving a slightly bit more air, but he's still got another gold truck to deal with on his outside. That is Eddie Kerner. And everybody else still there. Nate Tretow is still there. Sorry. That is Robert Giannini, who's made his way back up to the top 5 as well, so good run from him. Jake Nichols has dropped to the bottom line now, with Martin Newland now to the outside. Nick Northrop is right there, and so is Tyler Sifford, just holding on at the back of that little lead pack there.
Yeah, and then if you take a look back a little further, you got Robert Barber in the number 8 entry, holding back a half a second behind that lead pack. As I'm watching my timing, it looks like he is losing the draft on that lead pack. He's going to need, it's a long way back for someone to come and give him some help so they can get back up in there.
He needs Odie and Bontempi to come up to the back of him and try and maybe give him a push back up towards that lead pack, but doesn't look like Odie and Bontempi are actually closing the gap anyway, so Barber looks like he might be in a bit of trouble here as they come out of turn 3 again. We're going to start lap 38 and 94, and finally Odie and Bontempi are going to start catching up to Barber now.
Yeah, they've got that gap down to, it was over a second, but they're holding it back. They're about 0.8 behind them. No, they caught him, 0.3. Now maybe the 3 of them could run down that lead pack. Or they could just decide to go clean around him and leave him hanging out to dry.
That also works. But anyway, we did have some three-wide action there between Nichols, Northrop and Newland. They managed to get it figured out pretty quickly, but still a lot of trucks there on that bottom, on that apron. Looks like Brian Brogan is back out on track, and he is. You see him right there. He's going very slowly around the track, though.
Yeah, he's out there. He's now this is what we call. We see a lot of racers when they catch some damage, they know they have no chance of even getting a top 10 out of it. Just hit that what we call Alt F4 and just log out and say, to heck with it, I'm done. These guys are showing some heart and some class. They got damage machines that can't run the pace, but they're going to stay out there, be a part of the show, and get all the points they can. That's called class, ladies and gentlemen, and my hat's off to these competitors that do that.
Yep, so 18 drivers left in this race right now. The list of retirements as it stands right now: James Dowen, Delonta Ballard, Justice Calabro, Dustin Arbogast, Bobby Maiden, Boyd Hogan, Ethan Kurt, Eric Sable, the pole sitter, Walter Bentley, David Schott, Freddie De La Rosa, James Simmons, Zoltan Herzeg, Bryce Senesack, Derek McManathan, and Robert Thornwald, all out of this race, out of the 34 that took the green. Here, as we've got a wreck here on the backstretch.
Oh, yep, on the backstretch. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Big
Looks like
hit
it was
there.
the meeting of the line between the 54 entry. Let me get focused back in on that.
That's Nick Northrop. We'll take a look here. Northrop and Ty Sifford, I believe, that got involved in that. And,
Yeah,
no, it was actually...
That was Mark Newland down into the 54 machine. The 96 come down. I see 54 on the screen, but I don't know who he was on my timing scoring.
We're going to go a bit old school here, a bit basic here, but we're going to find out exactly what happened here. And, more netcode there. That's what it was. Netcode for the 96. Involving the 54, that was Northrop. No contact between Newland and Northrop, but it was enough to send a few people around. Jake Nichols was involved in that as well, but did not get any damage from that incident. And now we are under caution number 4 here at Daytona. We're going to quickly step away for another commercial break. We'll be right back with some more racing action here from the Sim Racing Authority. Do not go anywhere.
Boy, these iRacing iFlag cars are fast tonight.
You know, Todd, I guarantee you, Brown, Leonardi, Weaver, Capert, and Pena are all using them products on their sponsor tonight to give them the upper hand over the competition.
Well, how can I get fast like those guys?
Well, that's easy, Todd. You gotta head over to iRacingIFlag.com.
And we are back here at Daytona. Lights are off on the pace car. We're about to get them going again, and it looks like Robert Barber is your man to bring them back to green. Brett Pancari is going to be on the outside of the front row in second place. Robert Giannini is up there as well. We've got Martin Newland there as well. Tyler Sifford dodging a bullet there. Still in this race, and just outside the top 5 there as the pace car peels off. Robert Barber not wasting any time, and big wheel spin there for Pancari. Not what you want to see on the restart, but that's how Robert Barber get away, and Robert Giannini up to second place now. Tyler Sifford going to take advantage of that and move it to third place as well.
Wow, getting wheel spin in a restarted super speedway. I haven't seen that in a long time.
As they come out of 2, as we've already mentioned, this field already very depleted here tonight. We've only got 18 drivers left running. Made that 17 as Dalton Baldwin has put it on the hauler. Kirk Smith is in pit road as well. Not sure what's going there.
No! And 98 into the wall, hard coming off of that turn there.
Yeah.
Still continues. Green flag stays out. Caution doesn't come. But man, he smacked the wall real hard.
Yeah, that is Nate Trato.
Tyler Sifford. Oh, and another one into the wall.
Yeah, and that's going to be a bigger hit than we thought there. That is Brad Bothwell. And Robert Giannini is involved as well.
And the caution does not fly. They spun to the inside, didn't impede the racing surface. iRacing electing not to throw a caution on that, as we're coming to getting close to halfway in this race.
Yeah, we're going to go back and find out exactly what happened there. And Robert Barber came up the track and absolutely slammed into the side of Bothwell. Took Pancari and Giannini with him. Robert Barber, he may be up in second place, but not having the best of races here tonight.
No, you got to be wondering, oh boy, there are going to be some people probably going to want to talk to him after the race. A couple of times we've seen Robert Barber making a spectacular race, so to speak, but he's holding down that third position as first and second are just rolling nose to tail and say, hey, let's get it the hell out of here.
Yeah, as that is Martin Newland and Nick Northrop there on the outside lane. First and second now as they cross the line, as I wasn't even live. As they are second and first. Barber's still in third. Robbie Odie now up to fourth, and Ty Sifford in fifth. They're all bunching up again. That is your top 7 there, ladies and gentlemen. And you're a good, I want to say, second or 2 seconds back to, second and a half back to Jake Nichols in P8 there. And he has got Matt Bontempi, Dwayne Culberson, and a recovering Freddie De La Rosa is back out on track as well.
Yeah, man, like I said, they know they've been in the pits long enough that they're not going to get a top 10 out of this. Well, on this race they might, but they know they're not going to have a chance at a podium finish. So, but they're still hanging in there, still racing for the points, still racing for the pride, putting on a good show. And like I said before, my hat's off to them for that kind of attitude.
That one on the apron there, that will be, I believe that's Brian Brogan, I believe, or it was Brogan.
45 of Brogan, it's the 14 of Kurt Smith.
Yeah, back at the front here. Everybody getting a bit out of shape here as Jeremy Poole there and Robbie Odie getting all crossed up there. That's going to let Poole up to third place, but Northrop and Newland still your leaders here as they're coming up on Bothwell to put a lap on him. Bothwell going to drop to the apron and get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, Bothwell's not, he's not going to be the spoiler for anyone's night. He's saying, come on by, boys. I know you're racing a lot better than I am. Go on by. Pack forming up behind the leaders now. That low line seems to be the place to be, but the high line, there's been a couple of takers sitting up in there as the high line momentum. You see guys want to maybe try to get up in there and then think about different of it. Settling down to run this race just past the halfway point. 44 laps to go.
Yeah, as Northrop and Newland still holding on to that first and second spot. Odie doing everything he can on the high side as Paul drops to the apron again.
And Paul drops to the apron again. Yeah. We've seen him do that several times tonight.
Yeah, and look at Newland going to the apron there to try and get a bit of air off his engine, but that's going to let Odie to the lead. Robert Barber up to second. So a lot of shuffling going on around here.
You know, I didn't even take into account, you know, with the damage that these trucks are taking, you know, water temperature might be playing a factor. These guys, you know, sticking their front ends out there in the fresh air to maybe take a little bit of heat off of that motor, because if you don't got a motor, you're not going to finish the race.
Absolutely not. And we're seeing Tyler Sifford make his way back forward again. He's back up to P5. Jack Nichols is right there in P6 on that bottom line. Watch for him. He's always going to be a threat in this series, as we already know. He's got one on the apron again. That looks like...
That's Kirk Smith in the 14th Army machine entry.
Yeah, Judd's back up just in front of Jeremy Poole. Brett Pancari is still out on track. Let's not forget he had that wheel spin on the restart. A big wheel spin. That really hampered him, and then he got involved in that incident with Bothwell and Giannini. Giannini actually has put his truck on the hauler, so he is out of this race, which is a shame because he's been having such a great run here tonight.
Yeah, we're seeing guys starting to get a little racy. I think it might be a little too early to hit the scramble button, but we're looking at guys working 10 laps on their tires, 9 laps on their tires. I look for them to probably pit within the next 12 to 15 laps and then run it out to the end. You got what you got, you know. It's kind of a run what you brung series at that point.
Yeah, we're seeing the left rear suspension of Tyler Sifford there. He's got Jake Nichols right on his rear tailgate. And just in front of him is Robbie Odie. Mark Newland still holding on to that lead now. They're doing ever so well to hold on there in the number 96. As Odie...
Yeah, Mark Newland just decided to stay down in that low lane. He's not letting anyone root him off of that. He's planted his flag down there and says, this is where I'm at, boys. You want to win it? Come get me.
Yeah. And you see on the outside there, Robert Barber, I believe that is the Good Wrench truck, is it?
Yeah, the Good Wrench truck, that would be the, well, it shows 29 on the screen, but that's the 31 entry on timing and scoring, which I don't even see on my timing and scoring anymore.
Well, that is actually the 99 of Nate Trito. As we're going to make it 3 wide here. Here comes Robert Barber on the outside. Only going to drop to the bottom line now. Thinks he has the lead, but look on his outside. Barber is setting sail. Trito going to give him a push here, even though Trito is 1 lap down.
Yeah, these guys are starting to get a little more racy. I've noticed they're starting to bump draft in the corners, which in these trucks, man, if you don't bump draft just right, you're going to send someone spinning around and spoil their night and a whole bunch of other people's.
Absolutely. As they come down the backstretch once again, Newland going to look to the outside again. Going to bring Sifford with him.
Man, I'm watching a lot of lane changes on the straightaways, especially on the back straight. You can't tell if they're just trying to get fresh air to the motor or if they're deciding, hey, I think that different line's going to be better. Bold move by the 98, dropping down to that low line.
Yeah, and that is Sifford making a move now, deciding that he wants to make a bid for the lead, and he is. He is going to get that lap lead, so he's going to get that bonus point right now. His first lap lead of the night here at Daytona. He's going to get that push off Robbie Odie going into turn 1. Odie not going to give him too much of a push, though, as he jumps to the outside. And he's going to bring Newland and Barber with him.
Yeah, that was a bold move to go down like he did right across the nose, man. His spotter is earning his pay tonight.
Yeah. One driver we're not really mentioned here tonight is back in P10, just holding on to the last spot in the top 10. That is the 24 Exalta machine of Bobby Cheney, the league owner. Up in the top 10, had a very quiet race so far. Not really getting in any trouble here tonight.
No, actually, we've seen him earlier tonight up there in the front, vying for some laps led. But he is quietly under the radar, staying right there with the group, running a clean truck. Looks like he hasn't had any issues or any accidents or any incidents happening to him. saving his machine, saving what he's got for the run to the end.
Yeah, he's right behind Wayne Corbison, who's there in P9. Eddie Kerner still in P8. Matt Bontempi still in P7 there. The whole top 10 actually still right together with a couple of lap cars in between there. Freddie De La Rosa and Nate Trito is in there too. And Mark Newland back to the point again though.
Freddie De La Rosa, 16 laps down, hanging with the leaders in the lead draft, showing, hey, I can still get this done and make a show of it. But I've noticed he's also racing more respectful. He's not doing the bump drafting that I'm seeing going on with the lead lap trucks. He's not going to be air fingers that guy.
No, you don't want to be that guy, especially in the first race of the season. Remember, this is season 10 of the Sim Graphix Truck Series here on ESPN. A brand new league, the Sim Racing Authority League, coming to you live from Daytona for the first round of their new season. Very proud to have these guys on board, and really looking forward to seeing how the season progresses. But tonight, been a race of attrition, as you would expect from Daytona. Also, while we are here, just want to give a shout out to the channel sponsor. That would be iRacing iFlag. Make sure you go to iRacingIFlag.com. Nice little bit of kit. We got one of our good friends, Nate Seifke, who's just picked one up using the discount code esports 2019. If you put that in when you go to the checkout, you will get 50% off. As that Robert Barber involved again. No caution comes out though.
Robert Barber just automatically going to towing mode, because I see him just drop clean off of the screen.
Let's take another look at that and see what happened. It looks like it was Trito that got into the back of him, and Robert Barber, I think he might have just got disqualified. I believe there might be an incident limit in this race, so that incident has actually left Odie, Newland and Sifford out in front by a large margin, by over 2 seconds. Jake Nichols is up to 4th now and has got Bontempi and Kerner behind him. Nick Northrop, remember, he was leading this race at one point, all the way back down to P9 with Jeremy Poole, another 20 seconds back from the number 9 spot.
Oh, wow. This is attrition race is not, shoot, that's not the term we want to use. This is a survival.
We've got another driver rejoining the race. That would be the number 2 of Ethan Kurtz. He's back in this thing too, so albeit 35 laps down.
Yeah, and like I said, and I'm going to say it again, man, my hat's off to the guys in this league. They've shown us some great driving. They've showed us some great saves. A spectacular show so far, and look at the class that they're showing, knowing they have a truck that cannot compete, but they're still going to go out there, be a part of that show, gain as many points as they can. That's a hats off of the class act in my book.
As we go back live, now Jake Nichols has the lead. Nick Northrop, Matt Bodempi now up to 2nd. Mark Newland falling back. They've all bunched up again. Nate Trito is still there in that mix there. He's back there with Brett Pancari, who's actually caught back up to the field. He's albeit 1 lap down. That made no sense whatsoever, but just bear with me.
Yeah, he's back up in the field, 1 lap down. That means if we catch another caution flag, there's going to be a lucky dog situation there. He's going to get back on that lead lap. So, folks, he's not out of it by any means whatsoever as we come around working lap 61 and 94.
Yeah, 35 laps to go here.
I'd be looking for guys to think about pit lane. They're starting to get, starting to talk to each other, figure out who's going to be a dancing partner to come in with them on a green flag stop. You come in by yourself on a green flag stop without a helper, you just wadded your race up like a piece of paper, threw it in the wastebasket and moved on. But yeah, these guys are wondering, hey, who are we going to come to the pit with? And we need to hit our marks. You got to hit it just right. Folks, you overshoot your pit stall, that's real estate on the track. Folks, you catch a speeding penalty coming in, that's real estate on the track. It's all about hitting your marks, getting a clean stop in and out, and rolling. Yeah,
Newland has picked up Northrop again, and he's started to make his way forward, already up to P3. Newland pushing the living daylights out of that 96 machine. And Northrop making a bid to the front himself as He fell back for a short while and looked like Bontempi got a bit out of shape there with the 98 of Tyler Sifford right behind him. And the last thing...
Yeah, look at that outside line.
Yeah.
Only 2 trucks on the outside line, holding with the leaders in that whole long line. Shows you what that side draft can do. Watch them drop a little low and get a bit of side draft right off them the lower they go.
Yeah, so they're 2x2 for the lead here. As it looks like we've got...
One taker to pit lane.
Yeah, that's Brett Pancari. He's dropping down to pit road. We did have another couple of drivers rejoin the race here. David Schutt is back out on track as well with a heavily damaged number 42 machine. That is the only other driver actually that's joined the race. Brian Brogan is in pit road. It's very slow on track right now. As the lead pack are actually closing up on the 42 right now to put another lap on him.
Yep, and once one guy starts hitting pit lane, you know, if a single truck going in, they're not going to flinch. They see 2 or 3 go in at the same time, dominoes are going to start falling. Their pit window is open to make it the rest of the way on fuel. Look for wholesale pit stops under green flag coming up very soon.
And to answer Becky Sifford in the live chat, Tyler Sifford is not out of this race. You can see him back there, just getting around the 42 of David Schutt. He's back there in the top 5, just ahead of the 81 of Dwayne Culberson. So don't worry, your man is still there. He's still in this thing, so don't count him out too quickly. The Tyler Sifford fan club in effect here tonight in the live chat. Very popular man, it seems, in this league, so I'm sure we'll see them a lot this season. Nate Nichols, though, the man that's well known for running in the eNASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series, currently leading this thing just ahead of Matt Bontempi. And Mark Newland back up to 3rd place now. He is going backwards and forwards. His race is going up and down like a roller coaster right now.
Yeah, from the outhouse to the penthouse to the outhouse, back up to the penthouse, man. That's how you attract attention. That's how you get eyes on you, and that's how we start the conversation. Who's our ESPN driver of the night?
My ESPN driver of the night actually will probably be Bobby Cheney at this point because he's had such a quiet race. And he's actually, no, my ESPN drivers of the night, it will be everyone that survives this race.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go along with you on that. But, you know, I have a ESPN driver entry that I want to talk about, and that's going to be the 81 machine of Dwayne Culberson. He has quietly kept himself in the mix. As we see wholesale pit stops, we got 5, 6 trucks peeling off of that lead pack. And Dwayne Culberson gets it all sideways on pit entry. That's going to be a penalty for Dwayne, as I was calling him out as my ESPN driver of the night. Yeah,
and he's going to hit his pit stall immediately after going onto the grass. Expecting to be in pit road for a lot longer than he expects to be. Back out of the front, though, Mark Newland is your leader once again. He's got Nick Northrup to his outside. Robbie Odie stays out as well. Expect these guys to bring it down pit side, though, very soon, as they want to respond to those trucks that dropped in on the last lap very quickly here, Byron.
15.2 second pit stop for Dwayne Culberson. No penalty on pit entry somehow. He has managed to just come out with that pack. Look for him there. I'm still going to call him my ESPN driver to watch because he has quietly stayed with a clean truck in this race at the all-time. We'll see how it shakes out at the end. That, folks, is what we call the money stop.
Yeah, meanwhile, the two teammates bringing it down pit road, that will be Eddie Kerner and Robbie Odie. Into pit road they come. We're watching Eddie Kerner right now in his pit box. But Nick Northrup staying out as well as Mark Newland. So those are the only 2 drivers that have not brought it down pit road so far. This, if they stay out too long, might hurt them in the long run.
Yeah, well, they're running in tandem, you know, front to net back, so they're still running in a draft. I think that they didn't attack pit lane because there was some lap traffic in their way. They're looking for a time to come in together. Pit lane's not crowded, and here they come.
Yeah, they want an easy entry and an easy exit as Northrop gonna slow it down. Newland gonna slow it down.
Yep, they're concentrating on, hey guys, let's hit our marks. They've checked their tire wear through the previous pit stops that they've got. They know whether they need to take 2, 4, or none. Taking a look at this pit stop, it looks, oh my God, Sam, this might be a fuel-only stop, or no, we're getting some tires.
Yep, as Newland is down and away, as Northrop is down and away as well. Who's going to win the race out of pit road? Don't think it matters. That is close.
That is an 11-second and 12-second stop for them, respectively. And these guys took 2 tires and just enough fuel to finish the race.
Yeah, Kerner and Odie probably not going to catch them at this point. They're only just coming across through the Trover. But look at Bontempi and the drivers behind them. That's Nichols and Cheney right there as well. But
it's going to be interesting. Green flag stops have all pretty much wholesale been done, except for Jeremy Poole's still out there, along with Kurt Smith. But those guys are laps down. You got to see where these are all going to cycle out. I think Newland and Northrop, they did the right thing. But here comes the gang rolling up on them, 2 seconds behind them.
yeah, you see them right there, coming through turn 3 and 4 right now. Bontempi leading that pack. Nichols right there. Cheney is there too. You see Kerner and we've got one coming down pit road, is it?
That looks to be
Robbie Odie. Robbie Odie has a penalty.
Oh, what a heartbreak for the teammate of Eddie Kerner, man. That was that has got to be a heartache. He must have caught that. He must have got a speeding on pit exit after they're doing their pit stops. That is a heartbreak. That is going to end this night if we don't see the great equalizer, the caution flag come out.
Yeah, so that is going to be the end for him, pretty much, as Bontempi finally catches Northrop and Newland and takes over the lead now. This little trio of trucks here, Bontempi, Nichols and Cheney, really throwing down the gauntlet late in this race now. We're on lap 69 of 94. We're about to head over to lap 70. That is your top 6 right there. Throw a blanket over them pretty much.
Yeah, anyone in this top 6 right now has a shot at this race win. All they got to do is just keep their poop in a group, as we say, and not step all over themselves, and they should be able to make a decent run at it.
I'm wondering this late in the race, Newland and Northrop took 2 tires, but the top 3 all took 4. I wonder if that's going to work in their favour, but Northrop and Newland still right there for now. Kerner is there too.
I think when it comes to the handling at the super speedway, 2 tires, they could have gone no tires. You know, they took 2 because they had to take that much fuel in time. Because it takes a little bit of time. You know, it's the fuel, it rushes in pretty quick, but it's, kind of an eyedropper when you're waiting on it. So they took the 2 tires. I don't think any tire, taking no tires would have hurt them on this stop.
Absolutely, as Bontempi still holds on. We're still looking at Kerner right now as he's the only gold truck out there. Where is Robbie Odie, did I hear you ask? He's back there all on his own. Didn't lose the lap, incidentally, because of that, through that penalty. He only had a 5-second penalty, so not so bad for himself. But for those that...
Well, when the leaders are turning 48-second laps and he's 41 seconds behind, they're going to catch him quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Absolutely, and for those of you that are just joining us, the reason why he's dropped back so far, got a penalty in pit road, had to come back down and serve it. He is way off the pack and way off the pace right now. He's the last driver on the lead lap, as we only have 9 on the lead lap right now. But at the front, Bontempi's still leading this thing. Nichols is in second. Look at Northrop and Newland making a bid on the outside, but not working. They do not have the momentum up there.
No, and I think I've already seen flags planted as to who's going to work with who. I look for Northrop or Newland to keep their trucks nose to tail and keep it out there in the outside lane, hold it clean, so they got a shot at it. Guys are already forming those alliances and seeing what they're going to have for the end of it. They already know, can they make a move on the outside or do they got to drop to the inside? Those decisions have already been made. Their strategy's mapped out. You got what you got. And just as I say all of that, look who drops down on the inside of the 96 machine of Newland and passes them up. And Newland's going to fall in right back behind him.
Yeah, and Eddie Kerner not really making any moves right now. Just holding on to the back of that pack, and they're actually going to come up on Robbie Odie to put a lap on him. This is going to be the most heartbreaking thing to see. He was in the running for the lead here, as Kerner actually going to latch onto the back.
He's going to drop down.
Yeah.
They're going to, even though he's going to lap down, he's going to help his teammate stay up in the front, help try to push his teammate to that win. That's what a teammate does.
Yeah, so Odie is the lead truck in that little duo right there. Is he going to use the draft? Is Kerner going to use the draft off Odie to get to the front? That's the question. But does he have enough momentum? Is Cheney going to file in behind Newland right now as they're passing De La Rosa and Bothwell?
And don't forget, lap traffic. Traffic is, you know, we've got trucks spread all around this 2.5-mile circuit in Daytona International Speedway. And the way these trucks work lap traffic, especially when we get down to where it's time to hit the scramble button, is going to make a difference.
Yeah. And the man that's got the most laps down is David Shutt right there in the number 42. Currently leading a little pack himself.
Like we're going to push a 3-wide situation right now as discretion is a better part of valor, and the 96 machine Newland backs out of it.
Yeah, going back to what I was saying, David Shutt is 38 laps down, but still running okay. He's got the speed in that truck, being pushed by Brett Pancari right now, and Nate Trito is right there, and you see Jeremy Poole in that little train of lap down cars right behind him. That is Kurt Smith right there in the number 14. Ethan Kurtz, for those Ethan Kurtz fans out there, he's back there in P20, 35 laps down, and currently leading a little pack himself. That is, I believe, that is Tyler Sifford behind him.
You know, a number we haven't called very much tonight. I'm going to give a shout out to the 24 machine of Bobby Cheney. Look at him up in that lead pack. He has slowly, under the radar, without drawing attention to him, put his truck in a position to take this race.
Speaking of putting himself in a position there, look at Robbie Odie has decided to kind of leave his teammate hanging here, and he's running on that outside trying to get his lap back to Hardway.
Well, he knows if a caution comes out, he needs to be the first truck that's a lap down, and then he'll get back up there in that group where he can make some money moves. The strategy's already been made. Working lap 76 and 94, we're coming to the end stages here. If we don't see a caution, you got what you got, and he's trying to do what he can just to get a great point.
Yeah, and Odie getting shuffled out just as I say that, up to that high line. That's going to let Northrop and Newland challenge for the lead now on that outside line. And I apologise, we do have other drivers on the track right now. It's just so spread out right now. Eddie Kerner is the last driver in that pack. And then you're going back 7 seconds all the way back to Tyler Sifford, who's currently getting a bit of draft with Culberson right behind him. That's Ethan Kurtz, the lead truck in that little pack there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with their pit strategy on that. I know Dwayne kind of had a problem on pit road entry, did not get a penalty out of it. These guys kind of cycled out. Looked like, Northrop and Newland had the strategy to stay up in the front after their pit stops. They let everybody else stop. They legged it out as far as they could, and then they brought it in together when it was clear.
But they only took 2 tires, so that might actually hurt them in the long run. We still have 27 laps to go. 17 laps to go, sorry.
17 laps to go, and we're clicking them off quick because we got pack racing here, Daytona International Speedway, Sunday night racing. It just doesn't get any better than this.
So in the live chat on Facebook and on YouTube, don't forget we are broadcasting live on both platforms here tonight. Get your votes in the live chat. Who you think is going to win out of this top 6 is pretty obvious, barring a caution. And one of this top 6 is going to win this race. Who's your pick to win this one? And yeah, just get your comments in now. At the moment, Matt Bontempi is leading this thing. He's led 9 laps of this race. Jake Nichols currently still sitting in second. Bobby Cheney back up to 3rd place. And it looks like the 2 tyres of Northrop and Newland starting to hurt them slightly now, as they've got Eddie Kerner to their outside now. Not
I don't know.
Odie.
I don't know if it's so much of that the tires are hurting them, or if it's just, hey, guys, let's settle down. We're getting close to the end. They're single filing it now. They're picking what they're going to do, talking with each other, figuring out, okay, what's the money move we're going to make, and timing their moves. It's any one of these 6 right here. It's their race to win. This is going to be a barn burner for the end, folks.
Yeah. As they all get single file right now, Odie dropping back a bit to pick up his teammate, it seems, as they are going to try and go to the high side, and they do. And Cheney's going to follow them up there. Northrop's going to follow them up there as well. The Cheney going to make a late bid for the race lead here.
Yeah, and they're still being super respectful with each other as they're making those moves to get up there in 4 and 2 lanes and get out of that single file racing. But I don't look for them to be so generous when it comes down to the last couple of laps. I'd look for those moves to be a little more sharper, a little more quicker, and a little more wider when it comes down to it, like 3 wide racing at Daytona.
Yeah, your top 10, as it stands right now, still messed up. Not sure why. Ah, that's not right. Anyway, Cheney making a late bid for the race lead here. It looks like Northrop was considering taking it 3 wide there. You see him jumping down to the middle of that bottom, the bottom of the middle lane, trying to see if he could get a gap there, but not going to make it as Cheney drops down to the bottom line now. He is the lead of this race as the cloud covers the track again. This is going to make things a lot more interesting here now, Byron.
Yeah, it is. And I'm looking at Mark Newland rolling around. If you see him, he ducks down towards that middle like he's threatening to go a 3 wide. And I can tell you, if from experience, I've done that same thing. And I see guys that hug that yellow line, and the outside line goes way out to the wall. They leave a lane in the middle that you could drive a semi-truck through. And if that's going to be the case, if you shoot that, you time it right, you shoot up that middle, you're going to side draft from both the outside and the inside to grab it. And then as they shuffle around the lap car, the number 14 entry, guys having to duck down below that line. Boy, that got scary there for a moment.
Yeah, Kirk Smith not exactly getting out of the way with a much slower truck. That has shuffled things up a bit more. Bobby Cheney still holding on to the lead. They're coming up to another lap truck. That is Brad Bothwell. As Bothwell just goes all the way down to the wall and gets out of the way.
Yeah, it's the last second.
Oh, no, he spun it.
Crap. Well, he made that move a little too late and a little too fast to spin that, but that spin doesn't bring the caution out as these guys are still circulating around the track. Top what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trucks side by side, front to back, working that draft, seeing who's got what for the end.
Yeah, so we are just coming up to
11 to go.
Yeah. So it's coming down to it now. The gloves are going to come off very soon. And we're actually 12 to go, not 11.
Okay, so I failed.
Bontempi's...
Hey, my high school shoe tying 101 was an advanced course.
Bontempi back to the point here at Daytona. I'm getting security alerts for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, as Bontempi back to the point, Nichols back up to second. Cheney's starting to drop back a bit now. Northrop and Newland starting to make their way forward. We've lost a gold truck. That would be Eddie Kerner. Kerner has dropped off completely. What happened to Kerner?
Kerner, it looks like, his connection isn't working very well. I saw him blink out and come back in the wall, and there he goes and blinks out again. He's having connection issues. He's not going to be able to compete if he doesn't get those cleaned up.
Yeah, we're still focused on this top 6. Ty Sifford might have a chance of getting up to the top 6 here if he keeps going the way he's going, getting that draft off Ethan Kurtz right now. As
we come to 10 to go here. These guys, 10 laps to go at a 1.5 mile track, or most of the tracks that we race on here in iRacing, we're starting to make our moves now. We're starting to press the issue. We're starting to get super aggressive. Folks, this is a super speedway. This thing can be decided. You can see a car come from 8 all the way to the front in 2 laps. So look for them to start getting a little more hotly contested here in the next 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah, as they're getting around the 3 of Freddie De La Rosa. De La Rosa, since he's been out on track and come back into the race, he's up to P17, Robert Barber, who was disqualified earlier for impeding the incident limit, which is 17, I was told. He's going to take a position away from him in the next couple of laps. I'm not sure if he's actually going to make it, Brian Brogan is your last car in the top 15. As we are getting down to it now, we will get back to the lead battle in a second. It looks like we do have a breakaway here between Jake Nichols and Matt Bontempi as they're going around Bothwell again.
I've been watching these two, and I've been noticing, we see a lot of lap cars that these guys are going around, a lot of damaged ones that are still up on the track. And I've been watching these two leaders are smartly using the draft off of the slower vehicles to increase their pace over the rest of them, and then moving around them, getting the most that they can out of them as they go by a lap vehicle.
Yeah, so the top 6 became the top 5 after Eddie Kerner's internet issues. So any one of this top 5 can take the win here. We're on lap 87 and 94. We are going to be 7 laps to go once we go back to the line here at Daytona. The Sim Graphix Truck Series brought to you by Sim Racing Authority. And despite all the wrecks, we've only had 4 cautions. And despite a lot of people dropping out, we've had a pretty excited end to this race here, Byron.
Yes, we have, and I'm watching these guys now starting to get a little more pushy down that backstretch while you were just talking about that. I saw the 17 of Matt Bontempi just get one hell of a shove from Jake Nichols to move them out a little bit more. The bump draft, these guys are working it to the T.
Yeah, Bontempi's been up there pretty much most of the race. He was in the midfield all for the early running of this race. Jake Nichols also back there for the early running, but he's made his way back up to the top 5. This has very much been a race of attrition here at Daytona.
And look at the run that Nick Northrup has got on the leaders.
Yeah, Northrup is going to get that run on the outside. He's going to bring Newland with him. Can they get the run? No, those 2 tyres might just be the missing link here for those 2 drivers.
These guys, they're pushing each other. They're blocking each other. They may be working together, but you know what? It's getting close to the end. It's every man for himself. And I've said it 100 times before, man. Catching them's one thing. Getting around them's something else. These guys are so good at making a 5-foot truck feel like it's 15 feet wide to the guy behind
I
him.
believe it was Murray Walker that invented that saying,
Well, you know what? If he invented it, I'm stealing it. How's that? Here, I'll invent one that no one else has. Here we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
You can't steal things from an old man. That's not nice.
I know, but I am an old man, so I can get away with it.
Yeah, but Murray Walker's a legend.
Yeah, I'm a legend in my own mind. Look at that for the lead. The top 4 side by side, front to back. Nick Bontempi or Matt Bontempi holding out. Jake Nichols now showing that spot. We're getting down. It's time to go now. Once we cross the finish line, we got 5 laps to contest.
Yeah, absolutely 5 laps to go here at Daytona, and it's all down to this top 5. The gloves are well and truly off here. Who is going to get the first win of Season 10 here in the Sim Graphix Truck Series? At the moment, it's Matt Bontempi in pole position for that win. Jake Nichols, how long is he going to wait behind that 17 before he makes his move? We do not know.
He's going to have to go to Caterpillar. The number 20 truck of Jake Nichols is going to have to go to Caterpillar and get a very large backhoe to route the number 17 entry of Matt Bontempi off of that bottom line. He is just holding what we call a pretty wheel, holding a straight line, hitting his marks. He's letting the field know, if you're going to pass me, you're going to have to do it on the outside, and I'm going to look in the rearview mirror and block you if you do.
Yeah, 4 laps to go at the line. Everybody's single file right now. Don't expect that to be the case once they come around with the white flag coming out.
Oh, heck no. And they're going to probably behave themselves until they see that white flag, because a lot can happen in 2.5 miles. We've seen them making test runs at the leaders. We've seen the 54 machine and the 96 machine just get one heck of a run on the leaders, but not complete that pass. I think that they were testing to see if they stayed in it, if they could get around.
Yeah, into turn 3 they go. We're going to be 3 laps to go this time by. Still single file there, coming up on lap traffic once again. Got a feel for Eddie Kerner. He's back there in P6, just hanging around his teammate. Had those connection issues. He's dropped all the way back down.
Yeah, but my hat's still off to him. He is still, not being frustrated, not driving bad. As we see lap traffic get down below the yellow line to let the leaders go by, they know there's a race being contended. But my hat's off to these guys. This is the first time I've broadcast this league, the first time I've worked with you broadcasting this league, and I got to say I'm impressed with the class of drivers I've seen.
Yeah, as we've got another attempted a breakaway between Nichols and Bontempi, getting a couple of car lengths, truck lengths. Who's still got Newland and Cheney behind him, but this top two.
Newland and Cheney, I think, are going to link up and do some serious bump drafts and catch right up to him at the end here, because we're going to be coming around to take the across the start-finish line, working lap 93.
Yeah, and we go back to Ty Sifford there. He's finally making his move around Ethan Kurt, and he's going to bring Culberson with him. But we are 2 laps to go here for the race win, as looks like Northrop and Newland going to make their move right now.
Yeah, here comes that bump draft, and they were doing it right around the corner and doing it with a pretty wheel. They've got the momentum on the outside. If they can hold it through the next set of corners, bump drafting like they are, they'll shoot it to the lead. We got a 5-way dance for this race coming to the white flag, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely, as they make their way through turn 3 and 4. The white flag will be out this time by any one of these top 5 can take the win here as they come down towards the line. Matt Bontempi has led now 23 laps of this race. And he's only got a lead, lap 24, and he has a race win in the bag here. Here comes Bobby Cheney now, making a late bid for that race lead as they go through 1 and 2, Byron.
Yep, and Bobby Cheney pulling out, looking to side draft as close as he can to the number 20 machine, Jake Nichols, as they look at the momentum and the push that he gets from the 54, rolling down that back lane. He's got a run on that outside lane. Coming to turn 4, he's got that truck full out. He can drop down, block the rest of the run. The number 24, it's his race to lose. Yeah,
out of turn 4, it's going to be very close. They're going to get another run out of it. Bontempi going to try the outside line. Jake Nichols gets boxed in there. Here comes Northrop. Cheney goes around. Bontempi's going to steal the win here, or is he? Gets turned at the line, but still gets the win anyway.
Oh, what an exciting finish to this race. We got to take another look at that one. That is a heartbreak for the 24 entry of Cheney.
Yeah, Bobby Cheney gets turned at the end there. It's like Nichols just moved him out of the way, it looked like. Bontempi at the front, though, gets a bit of a check by Northrop, but it wasn't enough for Northrop to take the win away from Bontempi. And Bontempi is going to be your winner at this point, and he's going to be a very happy man despite that spin at the end there. Matt Bontempi, your winner here at Daytona.
He just wanted to wave. He just wanted to wave at his crew as he crossed the finish line, looking him straight out the windshield.
Yeah, giving him the middle finger on the way. But anyway, that is your winner right there. That is Matt Bontempi, your winner in the first round of the Sim Graphix Truck Series here, presented by Sim Racing Authority. We're going to get to the interviews in just a second, but we'll be right back after a few words from our channel sponsor, iRacing iFlag. We'll be right back.
Boy, these iRacing iFlag cars are fast tonight.
You know, Todd, I guarantee you, Brown, Leonardi, Weaver, Capert, and Pena are all using their products on their sponsor tonight to give them the upper hand over the competition.
Well, how can I get fast like those guys?
Well, that's easy, Todd. You gotta head over to iRacingIFlag.com.
And we are back here at Daytona. That is your race winner there. That is Matt Bontempi. But we are going to get interviews underway very soon. We're going to speak to our third place driver first, I think. And we are going to reach out to him right now. That is going to be Martin Newland in the third spot. Let's go and grab him right now if I can find him. There he is. And we're going to drag him into the booth now. That is our third place driver of the night, Mark Newland. A strong run up at the front there. Just didn't quite pay off for you there, but a top 3 nevertheless.
Well, it was interesting racing. The way this package works, and a lot of people are trying to get used to it, and it's a little twitchy to drive. But yeah, man, it was pretty solid there. I was happy to come up there and have a chance to win at the end.
Absolutely. And you had a strong run throughout the night. I mean, you were up there in the top 5 for the most part. I mean, it looks like you had something for these guys here, but was it the 2 tires in that last pit stop that ultimately hurt you at the end there?
I'm not sure. The truck was twitchy regardless. I don't know if taking another 2 tires would have made it any different. But I had to take enough gas where 2 tires was, you could take the 2 tires and not lose any time. So I think that was the right call. We came out of the pits right there in the lead pack. So
absolutely, as that was an exciting finish to start off the season. Very much a race of attrition here tonight. I believe no fast repairs in the series, so definitely something got to be in the back of your mind there. Were you worried seeing the amount of trucks dropping out of this race in the early part?
Well, it's the first race of the new season, so generally we have a lot of new guys that you don't really know how to race around them yet, and a lot of those people ended up, not finishing up front. So at the end, it was all a bunch of guys that have been around. So it was, I wasn't too worried when we got down to that last 5 or 6, because I knew everyone up there was real clean, and there wouldn't be much of a problem. So I wasn't worried there towards the end. I knew it would be pretty clean. Of course, coming to the checkers, anything goes.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the 3rd place here. Moving on to the next round, what do you think you got there for that one?
Well, just excited to get it going. These setups have been a lot looser than the truck in the past, so it'll be interesting to see how tough it is to drive next week.
Absolutely. Also, before I let you go here, Mark, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to and say thanks to for your top 3 finish here?
Well, I just want to say thanks to Bobby Cheney, who's worked hard to get some new people in the season, and all the guys that have been around a long time they're keeping this going. It's a lot of fun to come out here on Sunday and race. So thanks to all the people that make it happen each week. Been doing this for years now, so really enjoy doing it on a Sunday.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations one more time, Mark, and we will see you next week for the next truck race.
Thank you.
That was Martin Newland. I don't know where I put him, but anyway. We're going to go to our 2nd place driver, Nick Northrop. I'm not sure where I put him. There he is. Okay. As we're going to drag him into the booth there, and our 2nd place finisher, Nick Northrop. Nick, you tried everything you could, even a bit of an incident there at the end there, but ultimately having to settle for 2nd place. Just give us your thoughts on that exciting finish there.
Overall, it was all right. There wasn't really anything I can do. I guess those 2 hooked up could go a little bit faster than us. We couldn't even get any runs going up there passing them. We just got door to door. But yeah, got to do anything for a win. I knew I couldn't pass below the line, so I had to go up, and then I happened to hit him, and he's trying to start some heat, but we'll take care of that this season. So yeah, overall a good race. Shout out to Mark for helping me there.
Absolutely. You two seem to be hooked up all race long here. Just talk us through your race there. A lot of attrition based here tonight. Looked like you got a bit of damage on your truck from that ending sequence there, but a lot of attrition here tonight at Daytona. It's kind of what you expected, but were you worried that you might have been caught up in one of those wrecks? We did have 4 cautions here tonight.
Yeah, I definitely knew going in it was probably going to be a wreck fest. That's usually how plate racing goes. But I had like a minute of damage, I think, and I still wound up with 2nd. So as long as you stay in it, you can still win it. That's what I say.
Absolutely. And a strong run here tonight, Nick. Definitely well-deserved 2nd place here. Looking ahead to next week, what do you reckon you got for these guys there?
We'll see. Do you happen to know where we are
I'm
at?
trying to find out where now. we are
Well,
at we are at Homestead next week. What do you think you got for those guys there?
oh, Homestead should be good. It's most likely going to be really loose. These trucks this season has just been really loose. I've been racing C-Fix and it's just been a wrecking ball, but should be loose and hopefully I'll talk to you next week with one spot better.
And before I let you go, Nick, is anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
I'll give a shout out to you for broadcasting. Can't wait to watch the race after this. And shout out to all SRA members, all the admins, Bobby hosting, Austin Roberts. There's a list of them. I can't think of them, but yeah.
Okay, Nick. Well, congratulations on the second place. Not quite the result you wanted here tonight, but great result regardless. And we'll see you next week at Homestead.
Most definitely. Thank you.
As that was our second place finisher, Mr. Nick Northrop. We're going to go to our winner now, though. That is Mr. Matt Bontempi. Led the last bunch of laps there and ultimately came home with the victory here tonight. We're going to go and find him right now. I believe he's right there. There he is. As we are going to drag him into the booth. Matt Bontempi, Sam in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Bringing home the win, the first race of Season 10 here in the Sim Graphix Truck Series. Bit of an incident at the line there, but you've got to be happy with the win regardless.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Felt great to get the job done. Fun super speedway racing, and I was just glad I was able to bring it home. Had my teammate Jake Nichols really helping me there. Definitely could not have done it without him. He's a master at these things for sure. I mean, he's a peak driver, so you know he's got talent, and he's a darn good wheelman. So I was just happy to have my teammate on my bumper, and had to do a little on my own. And once Bobby got around me there and cleared me on the last lap, but then I just kind of went for it, and hey, it worked out. Some of those races work out, some don't. But I'm just really glad we were able to bring home the victory.
I mean, it's not very often you win a race by going across the line sideways, right?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I'll be honest with you. After I crossed that line, I said, "Did I win?" Like I had no clue. I had to wait for the results to update because I was as confused as anyone. I didn't know if Nick was able to sneak by me there or what happened. I was fortunate the way I spun across the line. I guess he was pushing my driver's side door, so I had it, and I think it was Mark Newland in third, and he fortunately could not get around us both in time, so it worked out.
Absolutely. Just going through your race there, started in P21 there, pretty far back in the field. There were a lot of early wrecks there that added to the attrition to this race, as you'd expect, with it being Daytona. Did the early wrecks help you get towards the front, or were you just confident that you could make it up there anyway?
I mean, I was confident either way, but my strategy and the strategy of most of my teammates there at Slip Ankle Motorsports was to try to just hang back at least until we got to the stage break and just kind of let the attrition play out. Because we figured there are a lot of new drivers who haven't raced with each other before. It's Daytona, first race of the season. It could have gotten tricky and hairy, and it did. So just tried to stay relatively far back in a distance to where I could slow down or stop if necessary to avoid the wrecks. And then once that field kind of whittled down after the stage break, I knew it was time to go. And me and my teammates, especially Jake, we bided our time for most of that run before the pit stop, that final run to the end. And then once we got out front with the pit stop, we just weren't looking back.
And that is exactly the case. You didn't look back, did have a big challenge at the end there. But looking ahead to next week, we head to sunny Florida and Homestead Miami Speedway. Different animal of a track there. Just what do you think you got for these guys there?
Yeah, Homestead, I think I'm pretty competitive there. It's not one of my best tracks, but it's not a weak point for me either. I think I can definitely have a good shot at running in the top 10 there. I think at this point, just want to kind of points my way to the chase. A top 10 is a good day, a good points day, and we'll take the wins if they come and they're within reach. But if I can just finish top 10 for the most part the rest of the season till that chase starts, I'll be happy because chances are I'll be sitting up there in the 12 that make it. So that's kind of the goal most weeks is to just keep it clean, finish top 10. If you think you can get a win, go for it. But if not, don't push it where you can't.
Absolutely not. And, Matt, congratulations on the win here. First one in the bag at the first race of the season. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, so everyone at Slip Angle Motorsports for giving me the opportunity to be here. Of course, Jake Nichols for pushing me through this whole race, basically coaching me, helping me get it. All the admins here in SRA, especially Bobby Cheney for putting everything together here. I loved racing him for the win. I wish his fate had turned out a little better, but I'm glad I still got it done. Delonta Ballard, teammate and a guy who does a lot of admin work for this league and is an awesome human being. And yeah, just I guess you guys at the broadcast for giving us something to watch and enjoying this league with us.
Absolutely. Well, Matt, first race of the season in the bag, first race win of the season in the bag. Slip Angle Motorsports, the Phoenix Designs, number 17, bringing home the win. Matt, congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, and thanks to Liam Brotherton for the paint scheme. I forgot that. Thank you, Liam, for painting a beautiful car.
Thank you. As that was our race winner, Matt Bontempi. Very contentious end to the race there, and very, very close as we came to the end there. But a lot of attrition here tonight. You'd expect that from Daytona. Very much one of the more exciting races as we got to the end of tonight's event. But Matt Bontempi there, you see on your screen, bringing home the win, but definitely had to really fight for it at the end right there. But now we are going to go to our results right here, right now. So coming home in the first spot was Matt Bontempi, bringing home the win here at Daytona in round 1 of season 10 of the Sim Graphix Truck Series. Coming home in second place was Nick Northrup, and rounding out the top 3 was Mark Newland. In fourth place was Jake Nichols, and rounding out the top 5 was Bobby Cheney after a difficult incident there between himself and Nichols. P6 went to Eddie Kerner after some connection problems. Dwayne Culbertson coming home for 7th after beating Tyler Sifford back down to 8th. Robbie Odie had to settle for 9th after getting a penalty after the last run of green flag pit stops. And Nate Trito comes home in the top 10. P11 goes to Brett Pancari. 12th going to Kirk Smith. 13th to Jeremy Poole. 14th to Brad Bothwell. 15th to Brian Brogan. Freddie De La Rosa coming back out late in the race. He comes up in 16th. And same for Ethan Kurtz. He settles for 17th. Robert Barber disqualified earlier in the race. He settles for P18. David Schutt not doing just enough to get ahead of Robert Barber. He has to settle for P19. And rounding out your top 20 was Robert Giannini. P21 was Dalton Baldwin. 22nd was Delonta Ballard. 23rd was James Dowen. 24th was Dustin Arbogast. 25th, Justice Calabro. 26th was Boyd Hogan. Bobby Maiden coming in with 27th. 28th was pole setter Eric Sable. 29th was Walter Bentley. And rounding out your top 30 was Bryce Senesac. Rounding in the rest of your field right there, 31st James Simmons. 32nd was Zoltan Herseg. 33rd was Derek McLenathan. And rounding out your field of 24 drivers, first man to put it on the hauler was Robert Warwald. Well, that is going to do it here for us tonight here at Daytona. Don't forget to check these guys out when they go to Daytona tomorrow night in the Truck Series. That will be presented by the guys over at Max Speed TV. But for us, that is going to be the end for the broadcast. Don't forget to check us out this coming tomorrow night, actually, as we bring you the Paskey's Cardiac Truck Series from Atlanta. Wednesday, we have the return of Top Fuel Racing and their Summer Lights Series as they head to Auto Club in the Formula Renault 3.5. On Friday, we have Paskey's again and a load of other leagues coming towards this channel for the rest of the week. Don't forget to check them out. Don't forget to visit us on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube as well if you're new to the channel. But for myself, Sam Cooper Bennett, thank you for Byron, Scott, and Rodney for joining me in the booth. All that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green. Congratulations to Matt Bontempi for bringing the win. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night for Paskies.